live in the Dreamer and Doer Female Entrepreneur Group, and I am with the amazing Amanda Wood, and we are going to do some coaching today. And so
Awesome.
before we dive right in, Amanda, just go ahead and tell the group what you do out in the world, what your brilliance is.
My brilliance. I love that. Well, first off, I just want to say, thank you for this. This is an amazing opportunity and, just a chance to, go live and show everybody how amazing your coaching is and how talented you are and just what an amazing, beautiful human being you are. Like, I'm just so excited about that. So thank you for the opportunity and hello to everyone out there. I'm Amanda Wood. I'm a personal stylist, personal shopper, but I'm more of a personal transformator. I think I just made a word. But I love helping people become who they want to be, and my tool is clothing. And I just love, getting to know you, grabbing a cup of coffee, chatting with you, finding out like a style that you want to try or a style that you love that you didn't think you could do, or you are stuck with your confusion on how to dress your body, or you want to dress for the job you want, not the job you have. So I pretty much just love helping people look their best, feel their best, and be their best. And my job is only done when you are glowing and happy and standing up tall and confident and just gorgeous and happy. So
Mm.
that's the long, short version of what I do.
Drop the mic.
Right?
That is so beautifully put, and you are just a ball of talent. So it is such a pleasure to have this time together with you today. And you and I have spent quite a few, days together
Yep.
already in our short time of getting to know one another. And so I want this next 30 or so minutes to be just that. Let's pretend that we are sitting back at that bar. We have our
Yep.
whatever
Having our
martini,
wine.
whatever our wine is in front of us, and
Yep.
it's you and me, and this is your time to really just whatever you need. We're going to give you
Yep.
that. So let's start with the question of what would make this time for you extraordinary.
Well, I think, and I wrote a few notes. I think one thing that I'd like to touch on, and we talked about it a little bit before, but just for everybody that is watching and or listening, I would love to chat a little bit more about it because I think it's something that all of us, in life struggle with, or entrepreneurs struggle with as well, is that, just I have a dream, I have a company, my company is amazing. I know it's amazing. I love helping people, but that little voice inside my head that is the fear and the doubt and the hope that I need to squish and squelch and just get rid of. And I wanted to just touch base on that a little bit because I think that everybody listening and watching may be having those same issues too. So as you and I were talking about, I love my company and I love what I do. And I am, getting out there, as we talked about, I had to restart because of my boyfriend's job transfer, even though I've been doing this for 13 years, that I had to restart. And it's that, cliff jumping of this is what I do now. This is my job, but it's not a job because I love it and I don't work a day because I love what I do. But that fear of, can I make it? Will I make it? Does this work for me? Do I have to go in Shark Tank? do I have to, like beg and plead to whatever? But I think maybe touching on that again for everybody would be good. So just, I guess, your thoughts on ways that I can, as we talked about command my brain change and command ideal clients.
Yes. So I'm curious. Tell me a bit about what the rest of last week transpired, how the week transpired for you, because I know you were really energized and excited heading into those couple of networking events
Yep.
where you were seeing a former client and you were going to possibly talk about a referral program with him. And
Yep.
so I'm just curious, let's tell me how the rest of your week was in relation to just owning more of that commanding energy.
Yeah.
So less of the, well, I hope it'll work. I hope I'll get the clients, to I am a savvy woman with a business. I have a plan. I have a strategy, and I get to work the strategy in my loving, powerful way now. Tell me
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah. Did a bunch of networking, and I always, sit in my car, and before I go in, compose myself, deep breaths, good energy, and say, purposeful networking. And I always go into every single networking like that, networking, meeting, having that feeling. And I did have a few happy hours, and I did get a chance to meet up with some ladies that I had done before. And so I did get a new client that I was ecstatic about, because she is so happy, and just like being able to help her, and the amazing just comments that she was giving me, and just how happy she was feeling. And she was saying that I gave her the style that she had always wanted, and she was just ecstatic. So that just made me so happy. And
Can we stop and celebrate this for a minute?
yeah, I
Oh
know.
my gosh.
I'm so excited, and she is just so happy, and it just makes me so happy that she is, you know, feeling good in her skin and so confident. And she's another entrepreneur, and she's relaunching her company and rebranding her company, and I'm just ecstatic for her, and I'm just, so happy and privileged to have been the one that helped. So that was one
Congratulations.
meeting. And then I had a gentleman that I took personal shopping, and I was in another networking meeting hearing about how he looked in his BNI networking meeting. And I heard from the gentleman who I did not do, but the other gentleman, he was saying that, he looked amazing, and he showed up on the Friday morning BNI meeting, and that he looked so dapper, and he was glowing, and that everybody took notice, and they were like, "Oh, you hung out with Amanda, obviously." So that just made me so happy that, I know he got so many compliments, and was just, feeling himself, and just feeling the energy of knowing that everybody's like, "Right on, you look good." So it was a good week. It was a very good week. And it just, every time I hear that a client is so excited and gets compliments, I know that I was able to help them when I did my job. So it was a good week.
Wow. You ended
Yeah,
the week on a high note.
I did. I did.
So I want you to think about those two clients. So the male and the new female. Is there anything that stands out that you created for them? Maybe it was nothing tangible. Maybe it was the way in which you showed up for them.
Mhm.
Is there a thread that you can say, oh, that's what was different with these two people, that ultimately turned into them being a client for you?
Right. Um, it's just like, for me, and this I do every single time, so I'm not sure. I think it's, meeting my ideal client, and it's just amazing timing and whatnot. But I show up as my authentic self every single time, and I make sure that I come across, non-judgmental, and just here to help, and just really honest to say, hey, I see how gorgeous you can be. I see how dapper you can be, and I would love to show you my vision, how amazing, you could look, and in turn feel and be confident. So with them, I just was able to just ooze my authentic self,
Mm.
and it just really resonated with them. So yeah.
So who's next? Who
Well,
who is out there? Because this just gets to become you doing exactly that
yeah.
with another person next, and then another person after that, and another person after that, until you have so many other people that maybe you bring on a team of Amandas to help, right?
Right.
So
Which
what
I would love. I want to just be able to help so many people, and that would be wonderful. I would love that.
so if it's a matter of creating that one client by you being the most authentic version of you, which is where you naturally live, which is so
Yep.
beautiful because you do
Yep.
that with such, it's so effortless and yet it's intentional in a way,
Yep.
right? I love how you said that before every event you go to, you actually have a practice
Yep.
that you sit and you get really, really purposeful with how you're going to show up in that next phase of your day.
Yep.
And
Exactly.
that is such a hallmark of a successful person, such a habit of a
Thank
successful
you.
person. So that is amazing. So who is that next person that gets to experience this authentic, powerful Amanda?
Well, I'm, looking for them every day. Do a lot of networking, but I have the privilege to do a part two for a wonderful lady that I met at a networking event, and I'm actually helping her out tomorrow, finishing up a wardrobe edit, and that's something that I love doing the wardrobe edits. And a lot of people I find, don't really love it because it is kind of vulnerable, it is awkward, and it is very um like it's not really like I'm in your business, but I'm definitely in your space. So I just love that, she is able to invite me into her space and we're going to continue. And she's going through such a transformation. So I'm just really excited to help her out tomorrow. And my issue that I've been finding lately is just, um, trying to continue to find my ideal client and continue to find, and the networking groups the best way, is Instagram the best way, Facebook the best way. And I am trying to figure out how to communicate that I'm, non-judgmental, non-discriminatory, just literally here to help. So I was actually wondering what your thoughts were on continuing to convey that, I'm my authentic self and I see how gorgeous you can be, and I would love for you to be my next client.
Mm. It sounds like you already know your marketing message.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. Like, I just truly love just helping people, see the person that they might have wanted to always be, or the person that they are, but they just can't see it. I mean, I deal with, well, not deal with, but I meet so many people that have such, body dysmorphia, or, you know, thoughts in their head that are just, ingrained there from years of, TV, or person, media, whatever, that it's like, wow, no, you're gorgeous, or
Mm.
you're, a handsome, handsome gentleman. And, I see how much they can be. So, yeah.
You're bringing a memory to mind, a recent memory. I just had photos taken last week. And
Nice.
I know you know a little bit about my past, and this isn't about me, it's about where we're heading with you. But
Yep.
I was a binge eater for a long time. I had a lot of weight stuff. And so to this day, I will look at a photo and see a bigger girl. And
Yeah.
so I went and had this photo shoot. And it was because of this person with the camera who knew exactly how to speak to this fear that I had that made me feel so beautiful
Yay.
when she could have judged me for it, when
Right.
she could have looked at me and said, "You're crazy, da 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 da." She held this space that was so sacred.
That's awesome.
And it sounds like that's exactly what the gift that you have, among
Yeah.
others. But I'm curious, Amanda, how much have you spoken to that? Because every time that you and I connect,
Yep.
I always hear this back from you,
Yeah.
that I always hear this from you, that you really have this heart
Yes.
for women and men that have those particular body image challenges, which is such a real thing, right?
Oh my
It's
God.
a
Yeah.
really painful thing to live with.
Yep.
So tell me a little bit about how much you're really speaking to that when you are just in conversation, telling people what you do, whether it's in your marketing. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah. I mean, and like we've talked about, like I've had, super fun stuff in my past that, I myself had a eating disorder and had, um, and like other stuff has happened to me. And I find that, just makes me able to see it in other people. Like if something they're being bothered about, but they're not saying that, I, either during the coffee consultation or during the wardrobe edit, I always just go out of my way to make a safe space for them. And, I'm talking to you about your goals. I'm talking to you about your desires. I'm talking to you about, where do you want to be? Who's you, a few years from now. And because of all of my experiences, that I'm able to, understand and really get it and really help and just be there with my client and say, you know, I've had fun stuff too. I definitely get it. And I see you and I see how gorgeous you can be and I see how gorgeous you are. And I just, really try to go out of my way to make sure that I make that safe space. And one compliment that I've gotten over and over that just makes me so happy and fills me with such joy is that so many of my clients have told me that I read people really well
Mm.
and that I'm able to, challenge them a little bit in their style or push them a little bit in their style or, pull back a little bit when it's just that area that, is a little too um, sensitive at that moment and that they just need a little bit of space to either adjust to their new style or adjust to what I'm saying. But I I draw a lot on my own experiences to really truly help every single one of my clients. And I really hope that answered your question because I think I might have talked around a bit of it. But yeah, I just, love helping people and love helping them, overcome some crap that I've gone through and, armor them through clothing that they can, attack that day, attack, you know, life with confidence and knowing I feel amazing, I look amazing, and I am ready to, tackle anything.
Mm. Wow. So if you could work with one kind of person right now, would it be this woman that really struggles with feeling beautiful in her own skin?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like I obviously helping gentlemen as well, because a lot of times they really don't talk about any of this at all. But um, women, I find, need more understanding of how gorgeous they can be, and that the um, mental transformation and the almost like reprogramming um, is more with women, and that I just absolutely love, like so many of my clients have said, I've lost myself and I'm not sure when or where, but I am not here. And I just love, helping them find themselves again or find their mojo again or make them, know, yes, you're still sexy. Yes, you're still gorgeous. Yes, you can still wear that. Oh my God, of course. So I mean, my ideal client is pretty much, anybody I can help, basically. I know that's quite broad, but yeah, just here to help and to, show you how amazing you can look And I know clothing sounds simple and silly, and it's just clothes, but it's an amazing transformation once you go through the whole process. And it's much more than just personal styling or personal shopping or whatever. It's much more
Sure.
than that.
So sometimes when we're starting out, it can be so tempting because we truly have big hearts and want to help as
Yep.
many people as possible. And in a way that can really inhibit our
Yeah.
ability. I know this is not anything new, but let's just go here for a second.
I know.
I think for you, it would be helpful to, even if you came up with a couple characteristics as to what, even if if male and females can share these characteristics, who are the people that really inspire you that you would love to work with, and just get a little more clarity around that so you can start getting a bit more focused in your messaging online, and
Yep.
also the way in which you're connecting with people. Because let's just be real, in today's world, especially online, if you're not able to cut through with your messaging in a way that gets a
Yeah.
person's attention in the midst of their busy, crazy day, they're not going to even stop and look at what you're saying,
Yep.
right? So I think if there's a way for you to just get a little more clear on that woman who is waking up at 3 a.m.,
Yeah.
thinking about, like, scared to death. She has a meeting tomorrow and she does not know what she's going to wear. And she can't stop thinking about this, like speaking to those real moments
Right.
that these women are facing, and 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 how can you help them through this, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't want to say teach, but I give them tips and tools and how to combat that. And I am definitely struggling with, narrowing down my message because I do just want to help so many people
Mm, yeah.
that I'm just not sure how to, because I don't want to leave anybody out, kind of a thing. So yeah, my messaging, I'm not, I definitely am struggling with that. That's for sure.
So
And
I just want to interrupt you lovingly for a
yeah,
second
yeah,
because I want that there's a powerful reframe for this. And it's this: what if, until you really get clear in your messaging, this means that those very women that are waking up at 3 a.m., they're not able to hear you or see you.
yeah, I know,
And that's tragic
I know,
because they might not have months or years left to continue feeling that way.
right. Yeah, I mean, I have so many things that can help them. And I did a, a bit of one on Instagram about outfit planning and, try to really gear that to people that are stressed out in the morning. And I talked about, you know, on Sunday nights, go through your clothing, think about your week, plan out the outfits, try them on, make sure that you still love them, take pictures, and then either put them in a spare bedroom or leave them right in your closet as outfits. That way you have Monday through Friday done and you are, load of just a load of stress off your mind and you don't have to worry about that. And another thing I do is like putting the outfits together. I show women how, this goes with this and you can interchange this, and the ease of having a capsule wardrobe. And I know it's a buzzword these days, but it is truly something that helps cut down the stress in that time. And I try to make the Instagram stories and the posts about, style tips and topics to try to reach those ideal clients that are struggling with that. But I just, it's really hard for me. And it's hard for me to like truly, nail down to just, a aspect of my ideal client because I just want to help somebody.
Sure, sure. So let's let's play and make it a bit easy. Would you be game to do that?
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you some homework.
Okay.
I want you to take some time and come up with 3 stories. Create 3 stories that really speak to the moments in your life when you were struggling with the very thing that your ideal client is struggling with today.
Yeah.
And I want you to try and really be visceral with that. Really help them to connect with it in a really personal way. So come up with a couple stories that really speak to your past pain, and you're going to kind of end the story or cap the story with, and now this is my life, and this is what I live for, and this is what I do for women like this.
Yep.
This
Yeah.
positioning, this storytelling, I want you to practice and just see. You might do this and it might not feel aligned. Anything that I give you, you need to feel congruent with, right?
Yeah.
This is just an idea, but I want to invite you to focus more on speaking to the transformation
Okay.
and less tips.
Okay. Okay.
Because here's my issue with tips. And this is what we always want to give. We want to give information to people because we care. We want to give them a way to end their pain now. I want to explain why by giving more tips is ultimately doing a great disservice to your ideal clients. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
You're going to come around and you're going to always have a great tip to give them, right? You're going to be the tip lady.
Yep.
And you're doing this because you care, because you want to help. Totally authentic, right? But what's happening is they're collecting these tips and they're filling their toolbox with tips. And so this is allowing them to feel in some way that they are getting the answers they need.
Right.
And so they're going to fill up their kit and have all these tools and tips, and the core underlying issue will never really be addressed.
Very true. Very,
You
very true.
have your diamond is getting to that core underlying issue because you've lived it.
Yeah.
You're not going to move the needle with these people by just continuing to show up with tips.
Okay.
You have something far more greater to offer to them, and it's transformation.
Yeah. I mean, I've already thought of a bunch of stories that I could share.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, another thing, because I want to bridge this into the actual having of the conversations with these people once you have their attention. You mentioned earlier some things that you do for your clients that are really unique and cool and fun. So my question to you is, because I believe that a lot of us need to get a feel they need to experience what it is you do.
Yes.
I
Yes.
can say all day long that I'm a coach, but many
Right.
people won't have any idea what that even looks like.
Or how amazing you are.
Oh, thank you.
Yep.
But for you, how can you create an experience around what you do? And I'm just wondering if it's something like um, a 20-minute closet, like virtual closet audit or something really cool that you can then offer as your thing, like you pull it out of your back pocket. And it also it helps these people to relax, because it's like, oh, she's not trying to sell me anything, she really
Right.
like, this sounds fun to me and it would give me a
Yep.
lot of value. So you could offer something fun like that that is giving them a ton of value, but you care about the one-on-one relationship, and this is a really great entry for you to create that relationship and start the conversation.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. And that, like, is something that I've thought about doing and wanted to do. And I've actually done like a few quick videos with some of my clients, but they seem to always run out of space when we're filming, and the editing never really works. So I appreciate you mentioning that, because that is something that I've been wanting to do and just haven't really figured out how to navigate that.
You can make it anything you want.
Yeah,
You're super creative. Think about what would feel really fun for you to give to people, and what would seem really cool for them to make it an easy yes. Like if
yeah,
I knew that you offered complimentary 20-minute, like I could call you and get your expert advice on my closet situation.
yep,
Maybe it's even something related to the capsule trend, whatever. I know you mentioned that earlier, but
yep,
if I could get that advice from you, I'll instantly discover what it's like to be in that vibe with you.
yeah.
You're
And
building the relationship.
yeah, and that is something that I find so hard to convey, is that I am, offering up an experience. It's so much more than, here's your new wardrobe of clothing. It's such an experience. And I have had, so many ladies that have gone through the experience, and they're like, I look at life different, or I now cleaned out my entire house, or my relationship with my significant other is so much better because now that I'm better, I, uh, I'm in the relationship more or better. And some of the gentlemen that I've helped, they're like, I'm dating now and it's ecstatic. Or some of the other ladies that I've helped out, they are, so happy because now they've gotten a flood of clients because, you know, their image is what they've always wanted it to be, but they also just have that confidence that they didn't have before. And my struggle is, you know, when people hear personal styling, they're like, "Oh, well, don't they do that for free at the stores? Can I get it for free?" But it's hard for me to convey because what I do is so different than what they do. So, I mean, you could go to the store and be like, check the box. Yep, I want a personal stylist. They'll throw a bunch of clothes at you. But I take you out for coffee and I sit down with you. I truly get to know you and see what are your hopes, what are your dreams, what are your goals, what more from this are the underlying issues that might be holding you back from something. And then, especially when I spend time with you in your home, in your wardrobe, going through those pieces that are holding you back and, not doing you justice anymore. And I find so many clients don't realize that their wardrobe is holding them back. And that, whole experience that is what I do with the label of personal styling or the label of personal shopping is so hard for me to convey what I actually do as, versus what the stores do, or Stitch Fix, or, um, Wantable, or whatever. That is something that I do struggle with, that I can't really, put my finger on how to convey, I'm different, because what
Can,
I do is very different.
can we eliminate the struggle for you right now?
Yes, please. I mean, I'm going to be doing the stories,
Get
but
rid of the label.
okay,
You're not a labels girl.
okay,
You're
okay,
the label.
okay,
Take it off of every business card, every logo, everything that you have. That does not convey what you
okay.
do at all. You're the founder of a company, and this will take some more work and looking at
Right.
to really get it dialed in. But this is such a beautiful place to launch because you
Yeah.
are so much more than personal styling. So let's just draw a line in the sand and free yourself from that label that doesn't empower what you
No.
do at all today.
Right. Especially for the fact that I tell people I'm a personal stylist and they're like, "Oh, you do hair." No, not even close. So, thank you. Amazing. And I'm thinking maybe something like personal styling transformation services. to kind of convey it, but root it in that, yes, it's clothing, but it's more of a transformation
Okay.
kind of a thing? Or is that still,
What about this? You shared maybe 10 to 12, maybe 15 even things that your past clients have experienced by working with you.
yeah.
Powerful stuff.
Hmm.
So I first want to make sure that you are tracking those wins and that feedback somewhere. Like you better have a success sheet and be filling this sheet with everything they are saying when your time ends.
And that's the hard part. Like, I'm really humble, so I don't like to you know, like, yeah,
I'm going to stop you there. Here's what this is about. Owning owning the gift that you have to create these outcomes for those people, that all of those reasons are the exact reason why you can't not build this company. It is
yeah,
not about you. Your gifts, you are a vessel.
yeah,
This is about all of the people. This is about the thousands, hundreds of thousands, however big. I know you want a mini empire. So it's
yeah,
about creating streams of people just like the ones you shared that can say the same thing because of their experience with you.
yeah,
So you need to tune into those successes and own the shit out of them. That is your motivation to you on those days. We started off the call with the story. Like,
yep,
oh, you stink sometimes. You might like, no, let's stop doing this. That's
right,
such BS.
yeah,
You have to keep your eyes on these beautiful success stories that you have. And they're the fuel to this fire.
yep. I like it.
So,
Thank you.
with that list, I want you to add to your homework, spend some time really, really, really feeling into all of those beautiful things that those people shared. I want them to like flood every cell of your body. Meditate on them, journal on them, really just with so much gratitude. Look at that list
Yeah,
and then see what pops up. You might just get an aha and have the one liner you need to perfectly clarify the magic of what you do.
yeah. And that's kind of, I mean, one of the most amazing compliments, and I've heard it more than once, and it just, makes me just so happy and grateful is that I've had so many clients, say to me that I'm doing exactly what I should be doing and that I have a gift for it. And because I am humble, it's, you know, there's a million personal stylists out there, but for them, to say that to me, it just makes me so happy because to know that they are feeling so good about themselves and so good about the transformation I was able to give them that they in turn, tell me, that I'm doing exactly what I want to what I want to be doing and that I love doing and that, I should be doing. And it's just such an amazing compliment that I love it because, you know, as we've talked about before, that I was in, corporate America for 15 years and, really kind of brainwashed and beaten down and, told that I was, to this and to that, and that I had to dumb myself down to, align myself with others, that it just was, so confusing to me. And then to have, created my own company and, taught myself how to do every bit of owning a company to then have, my clients tell me, you're doing exactly what you should be doing. It's like, oh my God, thank you. Like, wow, you know, thank you. Yeah, now I'm gonna cry.
This is the emotion.
Yeah,
This is why you do it. This is why you can't not do it.
yeah,
It's
because
this that helps to quiet out that voice that truly has no point for taking up space in that amazing, brilliant mind of yours.
yeah, yeah, it's my own worst little, you know, distraction.
You know, it's a gift because it's actually it's old junk programming,
Hmm.
and it's a beautiful part of our past, and we just get to look it in the eye and say, I love you, but I don't need you anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
I want you to give me 5 I am statements.
Okay.
I am. And don't worry, I know that being humble is really important to you.
Oh my God, yeah.
And I want you to just let that go for a minute and
Okay.
own the brilliance that you are.
Okay. Yep.
I am.
Kind of hard for me. um, oh, yes, this is awkward for all of Facebook Live to see. um, I am in love with helping people, and I am in love with, you know, owning my own company and taking that jump. And I am in love with, showing people how amazing and gorgeous and confident they can be. And I am so just filled with joy and happiness when they get compliments and they see how, far they can go and far they can be. And I am so happy to not be around the brainwashing still. And my helping people is my, small way to help them combat the, brainwashing that they might be undergoing or hearing or whatnot. And I am in love with what I do and just want to, share with everybody.
Hmm. You have such a precious servant heart. And let's go a step further. So I want you to think about single adjectives that you can use.
Oh, this is funny. This is what I do to my clients.
So an example, I am creative.
Okay.
I am intelligent. I am bold.
Yeah.
Give me
Exactly.
give me your
Exactly.
5.
I'll dinner on that. I am definitely creative. I have a long background in art and am so loving to be doing something, that is able to draw upon my art. So I am very creative. I am non-judgmental. I am non-discriminatory. I am, loving. I'm helpful. I'm bold, and I might challenge my clients to just
Mm.
be, the person that they were either, scared, timid, or closed off to be. So I'm definitely bold in that sense. And then I am truly happy to be doing something I love.
Mm.
That's one of 5.
Is it possible that you can own your gifts and still be a humble woman with a business.
I think so. I think so. I mean, I see, some of the women like you, obviously, that I, so just admire and look at the successes that you have and just see that, you are beautiful, amazing, talented, wonderful, just captivating, amazing coach, obviously, because everybody can see like how good you are and that, you know, you help people be vulnerable, but help them find, the strength for themselves. And you are obviously very humble. And I, you know, also look to other successful women that are like so successful and, running their empires. And I know that they are so humble. So I truly feel that I wouldn't, lose that. And I'm, heck bent on keeping it for sure.
Mhm. Do you feel complete in this moment?
Yeah. Feel like I have, stories to write, but I feel pretty complete.
Amazing.
Yeah. Thank you.
I can't wait to see what you come up with. There is so much ahead for you,
Thank
and
you.
I can't wait for you to connect with the very people that in this moment right now don't know you exist yet, but they will soon.
Right. And I can't wait to meet them and help them and, show them how gorgeous they can be or how, handsome they can be and just, you know, to be able to help, yeah, everybody.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Ah, you're such a gift.
You
Thank
are.
you for
Thank you for
being so willing to do this and to share openly and be vulnerable. And yeah, I really feel that there's so much cooking for you and
yeah,
so much to come.
thank you. I appreciate that.
My pleasure. All right. Well, if there is nothing before we close the call that you would love to look at, we will end on that note.
Yeah, no, I'm so just happy and, thank you for this moment. I just, adore you and think the world of you and just, thank you for this opportunity. And then obviously, share with everybody your gifts and how good you are and just how you're able to show people their vulnerability and their strength in your coaching. It's just awesome. So thank you
That
for
is
that.
so kind. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. And where can people find you online?
I am, my company's name is the Haute Edit, like Haute Couture. So I'm on Instagram under at the Haute Edit, and then my website is the Haute Edit. And I'm obviously Amanda Wood on Facebook and the Haute Edit on Facebook. And I'm able to do virtual styling. So if you are not in the King of Prussia area, I would love to grab a Zoom call with you and do virtual styling. So look me up and I'd love to help.
Beautiful. And you'll keep us posted on whatever your 20-minute get to know you, get to
Yeah.
experience services, right?
Yep.
Awesome.
Definitely. I think I have a few Instagram stories popping up soon.
All right. Can't wait to see them. Okay. Well, hey, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
And
Thanksgiving. Thank you.
thank you
And
for
happy
being here.
Thanksgiving to everybody out there. And thank you.
Yes. Okay. Talk to you soon.
You got it.
Mwah.
Bye.
Bye.